So we are standing in the Revelry, which is an event venue here in Camp North End in Charlotte, North Carolina. So this space used to be a Ford Model T factory in the 1920s. So as you can tell, it's got this beautiful industrial feel to it, which is something that our clients wanted to highlight. Maintaining the beauty of the space while integrating new audio video lighting technology was very important. So one of the challenges that comes along with that is going to be acoustics. So this building was not built to be a concert venue that has full-on production. So as we walked in here day one, there was a reverb time of 9.2 seconds at 60 hertz. Another one of the challenges was making sure that we could keep low profile when it came to rigging, when it came to power, when it came to lighting fixtures, all of that. Another challenge that came with integrating technology into this space was going to be making this area, which we call this the pre-function space, where you can have a cocktail hour or something, making this separate from the ballroom. So we wanted the ability to have its own audio video lighting system that could function without any of the other technology, but as well as the functionality to be able to open up the curtain and walk into the ballroom and make this all one giant space. In theme of keeping the beauty of this space alive and well, there's chandeliers everywhere that the architect had spec'd out for this space. And so we've incorporated that into our lighting system via ETC paradigm. That's the architectural lighting control for this space. We have multiple different ways of being able to control that, whether it's button stations along the wall at different entrances, or there's a touch screen at the front of house area, or there's even a way that we can control it via q-sys presets. One of my favorite design features at this venue is going to be our partnership with the light source and using their megabattens. So normally we use megabattens to provide power and data in a very clean way for lighting positions throughout buildings, but this one's a little bit unique. We were able to partner with them to put a curve to follow the arch behind me. And so what this has allowed us to do is we've provided a lighting position that's great for the space without destroying the visual of the arch. It looks fantastic, it works great, and we gotta give a big shout out to our friends at the Light Source for working with us in providing that curve. The visual centerpiece of the Revelry is going to be the Square V VI 2.9mm LED wall behind me. So this wall has a very tight pixel pitch, it looks fantastic, and the Revelry's clients absolutely love using it. So you can access it from one of the video encoders around or the video tie lines around and be able to quickly and easily throw content to it from q-sys. It's a really great wall, looks fantastic, and the client is very happy with it. When designing the audio system for this room and specifically looking at the PA solutions that we wanted to provide, l-acoustics using A15 boxes was by far the best solution. And so we have two A15 focuses on top of a wide on both left rights. We have an X12 outfills on either side with an X8 center fill to be able to help fill in the gaps. The coverage in this room is great. The pre-function space as well has their own X12s that can act as delays for this room when the rooms are together, or it can be its own system altogether. Another thing, when we do full out production for this space, we will actually move the arrays out and we will incorporate KS21s that they go into the wall plates at the back of the stage to be able to give a full live production experience. Not necessary inside of a talking head system. So in any corporate event that comes through without live music, this PA does the job very well, sounds great. Whenever we want the ability to add a little bit more juice to the situation, some more subs, we'll go ahead, roll those out, as well as move the arrays out, give a more full sound for a live band. While problem solving for the acoustics inside of this space, again, we wanted to protect the integrity of the beauty of this space, and the client was not about having just random lapidaries up in the ceiling, although that's what the best use case or the best functional acoustic treatment would have been. So we did a specific vinyl type of acoustic treatment that matched the hardwood look of the rest of the ceiling. It's very low profile, you have to look for it to be able to see it, but it's pretty, it's very effective, it's helped this room significantly with its reverb time. Another area that we have acoustics that are low profile is going to be along this back wall. We have it right around the LED wall, it matches the color of the walls. We want to very gently touch it to not make it dirty. But it goes all up through the rest of whatever you would call this thing behind this arch along the sides, as well as the sidewalls on either side of us also have the acoustics going all the way up. One of the underrated parts of this design when it comes to flexible space, right, is gonna be this bad boy. This curtain right here separates the pre-function from the full ballroom experience. Rose brand, we partnered with them in designing this. It's a beautiful two-sided crescent velour with the chain sewn in at the bottom to keep the weight. We have a beautiful track, very smooth. Our guys did a really good job installing it. Looks fantastic and works great in a space like this. So one of the things that makes this venue so flexible is tie lines. We have video tie lines, we have audio tie lines, we have network tie lines all throughout the building at different points. What that gives is flexibility for the venue to provide to their clients. Right? So their clients come in and they want to set up front of house and use the stage in this orientation, or they want to set up the stage in another orientation. We have created flexibility inside of the infrastructure to make that work. So if you have a full out switching package and you want to be able to feed the LED wall or the TVs on the sides, you can do that by running tie lines and then connecting to the decoders that are going directly to those. Another piece of technology that makes this space so flexible is going to be visionary solutions. So visionary solutions, we have encoders around the room and we have decoders in the rack that you'll see in a little bit. And they allow us to be able to switch video sources even locally, to have someone, for if it's a corporate event, to be able to walk up, plug an HDMI from their computer into a wall box, whether it's at stage or at a front of house position. Gives them the opportunity to run their own presentations and do it so very easily. Pretty much every project we're working on nowadays is wanting some level of flexibility, whether you're a multi-event space like this or you're a church. q-sys is always the way that we would go about designing and building out that flexibility. So you can see behind us, we've got q-sys right here, a touchscreen, as well as our ETC touchscreen built in over here. So we've got the ability to go through and do audio controls. So whether it's our Microflex wireless that we can have going through the system, we have media. So we have our audio encoders from our Bluetooth set up right underneath here that we can go through and send audio to, turn up or down. We can have our pre-function volume, we can have our ballroom function, channels 1 through 8 from our audio tie lines. Again, a lot of different functionality, as well as if someone wanted to bring in their own audio console, there's the ability to left, right, turn up as well for our subs. So another thing that is super cool is we go through the video setting. I can choose which source that I want to go to from that. So I could choose, rack 1, I could choose rack 2, I could choose stage. I'm gonna choose front of house 1 because that's the video that we want to have playing, and that's what's gonna feed the LED wall and the TVs. We can also turn that on and off right here with this level of functionality. It's really pretty freaking cool. It also gives us the ability to combine or do the rooms separate. So we have audio controls that are separate or video controls that are separate, depending on what the space needs. Like if it's just a pre-function situation, they don't need to have that level of functionality going in here. So we'll just send all of the stuff and control to the pre-function space. All of what we've looked at today, all of the pre-function, all of the ballroom, all the technology that exists in making those spaces the way that they are exist in just one beautiful, sleek little rack. You too can have this rack for just one payment of $24.99. I'm joking, it is significantly more than that. However, the equipment in here is awesome. So we've got, we've got fiber patch bay coming in, Netgear, GSM, the AV line switches is what we're operating all of the streaming ACN, the Dante network off of as well. We have got 2 pathway splits to assign our universes all going through streaming ACN, which is all being ran off of Paradigm and q-sys, by the way. Then we've got our patch bays as well. We've got open gear just to give some reference to all of the video signals that are coming in. We've got our video processor. We have an Avatran box to convert our Dante signals to AVB because we are rocking a 7.16 amplifier from l-acoustics. So all of what you saw is ran off of 1 amp. Actually, I lied. There are 2 amps because whenever we have the subs coming in, there is an LA12X ready for that as well. The last thing I wanted to talk about inside of this rack is the Visionary Solutions decoders. So we're feeding the LED wall and the TVs from Visionary Solutions decoders. Everything, including the video patch bay. The video patch bay is landed to encoders that are chilling inside of the rack. So we can control all of that from q-sys. We're not actually having to come back here and physically patch a bunch of stuff. It's only when we're using actual video tie lines throughout the building. Gives us a ton of flexibility, really sleek design here for Visionary Solutions. They kick butt. So that is it. That is the tech tour. That's all the technology used inside of the Revelry in Camp North End in Charlotte, North Carolina. Again, beautiful venue. And you've heard me say it about 19 times, flexibility. That's the key to this place, and probably the key to whatever AVL system that you want to integrate. Listen, building costs are at an all-time high. We got to be conscious of our space and making sure that we are flexible and efficient. So if you're a church and you are wanting to build a new worship space and you want to make sure that every square foot of that building is optimized for your AVL systems, we would love to help you with that. If you're an event venue that is planning your next space, that you want to have the same flexibility to go from corporate event to full out production for a concert video and not have to take on the overhead of a full-time staff just to run all the events, we got you. We can help design a system that'll do just that. Also, if you're a university and you're wanting to build out a studio, we just did a studio project recently that was very similar, where they're wanting live production inside of a newsroom space. They're gonna have all sorts of different events that are taking place inside of that room. Listen, we got you. We would love to work with you. We'd love to partner with you on your next venture. Reach out to us. You can find us on online at www.sesintegration.com. Just fill out the form there. We'd love to talk to you. We'll see you then.